faceless people up in the 52nd floor of a building who are going to decide that there's not going to be one, but there will be one. There's a lot of good people out there, and it's a successful format, and you can make money and be a service to the community.
There'll have to be somebody new. You're not going to find an existing 4-share or better FM station to come on and do modern rock for a 2-share, even though it's a unique niche in the marketplace. What's going to happen is one of the new FM stations that's coming in, which might be Eden Prairie, or it might be, I think there's one in Prior Lake or Rosemont, some of those stations may in fact pick up the format, because
these are additions to the...
These will be new radio stations that are down the months will be coming on air.
How far out are these?
It can be anywhere from 2 months to 6 months.
Okay.
Steve Goldstein and his group just bought a station that was a Christian station. So that's a possibility. One of those new stations coming on will recognize that this is a very loyal audience, and it will have a strong niche in the marketplace almost instantaneously. Another possibility is one of the peripheral stations around the Twin Cities might in fact feel that they can get a foot in the door, in a sense, into the Twin Cities market. For example, maybe the Cambridge station would suddenly change their format. Their signal reaches the Twin Cities. This audience will follow wherever this format is. This audience will seek it out because it's the only source that will be playing that music.
The station that always played Minnesota music, that's the Magnolias, and Playing to Win.
Hi.
Their album Off the Hook. Hey, Robin.
Hey, Shelley.
How you doing?
Good. I want to thank you for calling me at home and cheering me up and getting me to come down here.
Okay.
I took my parting gift today, my Until the End of the World VCR, my video copy, went home and watched it tonight.
Did you cry?
And no, but, you know, it was kind of, I shouldn't have watched that movie tonight. It was dumb, but anyway, so got my spirits back up, and here I am. So, since our morning show was shot to hell, boom, swinging. Hey, PT, what's up?
I didn't watch my copy of that damn movie, you can believe me.
What's going to happen when you change formats? Is the Jock's going to get all the CDs, or what?
Well, I think it's going to go something like this.
I chose to get into radio about 5 years ago, and this is only the second station I've worked at. And now, I can't imagine like working at another station, but yet that's what I do for a living. So what do? Do I go to a station that I don't really believe in the music because I'm a DJ? Or do I blow off what I do for a living? I don't know. I'm real stuck. I have got a part-time job at a station, but it's very difficult for me, and I don't know what to do. I'm just praying that there will be another modern rock station and I can be part of it.
You know, there's a lot of angry people out there. I love you guys. There's a lot of listeners. I mean, we have the largest crowd at Lollapalooza in the country. I mean...
Really?
Come on. Oh, all our listeners are 18 and don't buy anything. You know, we've had letters from Channel 2, Channel 5, Channel 9, from all the papers. We've been in all the papers. I mean, come on. People don't, you know, when we changed from hot rocking, you can ask Mad Mike this later, there wasn't this much tension or this much notice. I mean, people don't do this over a radio station very often. I mean, this just doesn't... This is something special, and hopefully somebody with money and a brain will pick it up.
Just before 9, that's going to do it for me, the Mad One. Thanks a lot for listening, everybody. The last 3 hours in the last 2.5 years, we've had a hell of a lot of fun bringing you the rock of the 90s, the music that we've grown up with, you've grown up with. I'd like to thank the staff. You've been great. I'd like to thank Angie Phillips, the promotions director, for doing all the great promotions. Tony Powers, the program director, that put this all together. He and I worked on it. Lori Kelly, Kevin Cole, the music directors over the last couple of years. Everybody's been great. Most of all, I'd like to thank the listeners, everybody that was out at Lollapalooza, 50,000 of you. I know you all listen to 104, and you've supported us the last couple of years, Lollapalooza being the biggest show in the country, and this was the biggest attended Lollapalooza in the country. That says something about how strong this Minneapolis music scene is, and that tells me that we'll be back. So thanks a lot for listening. God bless. We'll see you soon. We'll see you in the clubs. Hopefully we'll see you on the airwaves soon. And I've been searching the last couple of weeks to try to find what song I was going to play, and this sums it up. Here's the alarm. So The last song was Sold Me Down the River.
And the faxes and the response that you've given us over the past week. The executives, the suits here at KQ and the suits at ABC that own KQ were really impressed, and quite frankly, they were blown away and surprised.
Well, Over the Edge started with the idea that we should do something with the with the modern rock fans that are out there. It's a huge crowd, a restless crowd, a captive audience that didn't have a radio station, and KQ seems to do okay with the format that they have, and I knew that there's no intention that they would switch format. That was out of the question. But to somehow super serve this audience on a Sunday night, for a few hours, that was the idea. Talking about it and bringing up the idea for over a period of time. Eventually, it stuck, and I said, yeah, so maybe it's time to do it. The response was excellent.
KQ's Over the Edge. You want to play some Soundgarden?
We should probably be playing some of these tunes, throughout the week and throughout the day, and we are doing that now.
Okay.
It's, with the 104 thing, I'm a big fan of this music, and I love it. I'm sort of jagged, I can't be real objective about it, but it's hard to say that this type of format would survive in this market again. 104 did a pretty good job at it, and it didn't work as far as to make enough money. That's not to say that the audience doesn't feel real strongly about it, because, I do.
In my mind, KJ 104 never really had an idea of what the Twin Cities wanted to hear. They relied on a lot of what MTV might have been saying, or what Billboard, or what the trade magazines might have been saying, or at least that's the impression I got.
Okay.
And yet I would I would go to the club, I would talk to people in the music that were into music around the cities, and they hated KJ 104 because they weren't playing any of the music, they weren't taking any risks, and I want to find out what those people want to hear in the cities. I want to be more of a Twin Cities radio station.
Basically, I want to let them know this is going to be an incredible format. A lot of surprises. You'll hear, one minute you'll hear something standard that everybody knows. Next minute you're going to hear something that will just groove you, but you've never heard of it. And we're going to try to test your knowledge a little bit and just broaden your taste in music.
The only way this is really going to work, well, for one thing, we're never going to go country. Because, we're not going to be relying on ratings. We're not going to be relying on how much money we bring in to the extent that KJ 104 was. Okay. This is the music we live, and the music that we're around every day, and we want to play this, and we're not interested in making a buck off of Minneapolis and St. Paul. We want to be the station for the Twin Cities, not living off the Twin Cities. It's not a joke. Radio K will be coming, but there's a few legal situations to be taken care of, and once we find those out, we'll be telling everyone when the date is and where it's going to be at. But until then, we can't tell anybody. But in the spring, it'll happen. It'll happen sometime between April and June.
93.